Hi guys, this is my presentation video. I was really worried about how to make it, but I made it like this. I chose the comparative essay. The reason why I chose the comparative essay is that the descriptive essay or interview essay seemed to have to make something unique. To be honest, I started too late, so there was not enough time to make that. Also, I felt that there was more to say when I chose this. These are the reasons for my choice. Then, I'm start from now. This is my overview chart. I will start with the reasons for choosing this topic, the essay for each level, and finally, I will summarize what I learned from this process and then give a brief idea of what to do next when writing again. The topic of my comparative essay is glasses and contact lens. I think that these are the easiest to see in our real life, and there are obvious differences and similarities. And personally, I have one both ago, so I thought it would be a lot easier to write. And now, as you can see, I wrote the first draft essay by hand. I didn't have any particular reason to write it by hand, just I did not think it was important. I also rationally write that I didn't search for information through other books or the internet, but only with my subjective thought. So, a lot of it was speculative stuff like most likely, and it was illogical and not scientific proof. For example, I wrote I prefer glasses in all aspects. I prefer glasses for all the eye health, convenience, and economy. Just as it is rationally written, there are some errors from the beginning of the essay. First, I had written only my name and the student number in the blue box. At the time, there were necessary to be written the professor's name and the class name and the date of submission. Also, the location of the word recently was not appropriate. In this context, it should have come before the word advancement, because recently modified this word. Next, using of the word perform was inadequate. The words that can be used with surgery are get, have, and undergo. Going over, I noticed that the conclusion is too short in the last photo. Summary is good, but it is quite difficult to summarize all parts of this essay in one sentence. In addition, the above two photos are combined into one page, and the last third pictures are the part of the second page of my first draft. There are 5 lines are all. It was white paper on the list, so my first essay draft was too short. And this is my second draft. Now that I have typed it, so it looks more cleaner, but it is only apparent. I still have not thought much about this essay, and the only changing from first draft is typing, saying that only the final essay. For example, in the blue box still contains only my name and student number, and the summary in the conclusion section is also very short. Next, This is my first photo of my final essay. I finally made up my mind and organized the overall composition of the writing. I think that I will write introduction in the first paragraph and the advantages of glasses and contact lens in the each second and third. And the similarities of this thing in the fourth, the flow of this in the each 5 and 6, and finally, in the last paragraph, I will tell the conclusion through the summary. However, in the second paragraph, or I cannot find any scientific basis, even though I wrote that glasses are more comfortable. The amount of germs that enter the eye is much less than the contact lens. I didn't quote any scientific fact, and I wrote a final essay from my own speculation that maybe. Not only this, as you see, I didn't write the student number in this time. Also, the position, the word recently, still not changed, and the word perform is also same. The one now in the wrong meaning is also an error, and I have done quite a lot of writing capital letters after comma, like this. This is my second photo. I wrote because they do not have any weight, but there are no information was given in advance about it. In addition, it was unclear what these two things represented. So I think this is also due to the lack of information, and the flow of each paragraph was unnatural. This is the third photo. I wrote some changes, but there is no mention of what has changed or how it changed. The second paragraph of this section is the first time I mentioned about disadvantages, but they are written as mentioned above. It seems that I couldn't understand the flow, even though I wrote it. In all writing, the stream is very important. In addition, the shortcomings of glasses and contact is abbreviated into one paragraph. It is a ridiculous amount of information compared to the advantages. And the final essay eventually ends up being too short too. As I have just announced, I still lack much writing skill, so I have listed the things I should remember. In writing, the stream is very important. Second, I should have enough information before start writing. And grammar study should be preceded and write in sufficient length to convey my own thought. Also, I have to abandon the habit of writing capital letters after comma. I will remember these things and I will apply them to any writing in the future so that I can write more advanced writings. Thank you.